Alright, welcome back to another tier list video. This one was a little bit harder to do than the ice one. I think with there being so many good ice units in the game, fire still kind of struggles. But there are two that definitely stand above the rest right now, and I think that's Politis, just because like she single-handedly like can stop cleaves by herself. Her kit is overloaded. She's even good into other random things. Like I've had people draft Politis into my Amelia, and like she works in a lot of situations if you know how to draft her correctly. And she's one of the premier anti-cleaves in the game, so I had to put her up here, right? And I know people are probably like, what the hell, you don't have Carrot in top tier. I think with the release of Rim and the release of Amelia, Carrot is nowhere near as oppressive as she was before. I'm not having as much trouble dealing with her. There's Ice Kisei too. Just going back to like the ice tier list I did, that's why I don't think Carrot is as high. However, Charlotte can hold Symbol of Unity. She can be cracked out on lifesteal gear. She doesn't care what element you are, dude. She always crits. So Charlotte's actually insane right now. Like, she's probably, I would go as far as to say that Charlotte's the strongest RBG unit in the game. I think so. Like, she's absolutely insane. Like, it's actually crazy how strong this unit is right now. She's beyond busted, dude. I've lost to Charlotte so many times. You can run her on Holy Sack as anti-cleave tech too, or just run her on Holy Sack and then she comes back to live Soul Burn S3 and then she's full health again. Her kit is just so stacked, dude. Free attack buff, free CR gain, free defense buff. Like, she doesn't need to build crit. Like, she's just beyond stacked. Like, I don't understand why they made her this strong, dude. She's so oppressive. But yeah, those are my two choices for top tier. And like I still have Carrot up here in S tier. Carrot's still very good. And I don't think any of these units in A tier are on the tier of Carrot. And I would hope most of you guys agree with me on that. Just like the ice tier list I did, pretty much anything C and below I don't see used. With fire it's a little different though, because like I have seen the 300 speed Judith. These two carry speed imprints. I feel like this guy might be able to use his anti-cleave, and then Corvus can be used as anti-cleave as well. All these other ones are kind of memes, but I think these units might have a niche pick somewhere, but they're still obviously very low on the tier list. Then going into A tier, Acades is still the best PvP fire Soul Weaver in the game. She really has no competition in that regard. Acades, when played well, is very good. I don't think I would put her on the same tier as Carrot or the same tier as some of those ice units that I had on the S tier, but I definitely think she's a high A tier. Like, and A tier for me doesn't mean bad, and it means it's not as overpowered as some of the units above it. I think units that are in A tier are in a very good spot. That's my A tier. I think going above A tier, you start getting into the lands of overtuned, oppressive, overpowered, you know, stacked kit. Like, that's when you're getting a little into the range of like, okay, this unit probably should get down tuned a little bit with something, but we don't down tune here. And then my B tier, I think, are the units that they just need a little bit more. I think Kerwick, after his buff, might sneak his way up here. Possibly. We'll just have to see. I don't think it's going to change too much, but he might be a little bit better. I'm going into Ras. Ras is just a very solid unit. I don't see him as picked as much now, mainly because I think ice units are just so good right now. I hardly ever see anyone pick Ras anymore. There's just too many ice units in the meta. Amelia's in the meta. Rim's in the meta. I just don't see him being that great. And then Huffine I got up here because she is good anti-Basar tech. She just did get a buff not long ago. And I actually recently built mine, made her +7, and I've used her a couple times, and she's performed pretty well. I've also seen a lot of other people use her. And same thing with Ravi. Sometimes Ravi is really good, sometimes Ravi is really bad. I'd argue Ravi's like one of these up here too. Like, Ravi can solo carry a game sometimes, But sometimes she could not. And she just dies. Or, you know, she doesn't get any counters. It's kind of like the sense of Rim, right? But I think Rim's good in the fact that, like, she'll counter a lot. Pretty much no matter what, unless you're super unlucky. Sometimes Ravi won't counter all match. You won't get an S3 off and then she'll just die. It's too much RNG in this unit, I think. But I still think she's in a good spot. I mean, I think Ravi's a good unit. And then, yeah, going down in the B tier this time. I had way less B tiers for Ice. But I haven't seen, like, anyone pick Lilius, which is actually a surprise to me because back when I played before, Lilius was really popular. I know some people ran, like, ER Lilius, right? Because, you know, debuffs and stuff. But I don't really see her at all now. Probably because of how relevant Ice is. Like, I think if Earth became way more relevant, then I think we would see more of Lilius. And I think same goes with K-Ron. I think once Rim came out, this unit died. Again, you know, they did it once with Dizzy, they did it with SSB, and now he's dead again with Rim. They just really don't want fire units to have any fun in the game anymore. And Fire CC, she's a big shuffle meme, we all know that, but I don't think she's very good. Even with all the buffs she's got. I mean, her kit says, you know, she's decent, but like I said, Ice is king right now, I think. There's some pretty good Earth contenders, but I think Fire's like in the weakest spot. And I think Charlotte is just in her own fucking universe up there. But I think Fire is definitely the weakest of the RBGs right now. Which is kind of tradition. Usually it is. You never see Fire be top of the meta. Yeah, I already talked about Kerwick a little bit. I think once he gets his stealth moved, he might be a little bit better. Probably move up a little bit. Feld I don't see at all. I know she can be picked, though, in a cleave, and I know she can work. That's why I left her in B tier. And then Ilanov, it's like why would you ever pick Ilanov over these two, right? You just wouldn't. But I still think she would have more play than anything down here. So that's why I put her up here. And then I haven't seen her. She used to be really relevant before, too. Like, she used to be an S tier unit, but then they changed how Frenzy worked, and then debuffs kind of fell off, and now she's down here. And the only reason this dude here is because he's anti-Pavlotech. Like, that's literally the only reason. There's really no other reason to talk about him. He's kind of a meme, right? And then we have this chick over here. I don't know where she's gonna end up, to be honest. I think she might find her way up here. I don't think she doesn't have her own strip, right? So you have to bring her with a strip, or you have to like do some kind of bruiser build and wait for immunity to fall off. You're really not gonna get to take advantage of the fact that she puts bombs on people because immunity exists, right? Or you're gonna get outsped. You're gonna get more use out of the combat readiness push that she has in her kit. And I think that alone can put her in this tier. That's a really good passive. But I don't know if she's going to be quite up here. We'll just have to wait and see. So, that's my thoughts on Fire. This went by a little faster than the water one did. Because I think there's a little less to talk about. But, yeah, these units up here are very good. And then there's some okay ones, right? But, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Think down in the comments. And, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Move on to Earth. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Catch you later. Peace. Fuck.